Okay, Board of County Commissioners are now in session, but we need to go into the Board of Ambulance first.
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we enter into the Board of Ambulance.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I didn't see anything on the invoices here that I had concerns about for the ambulance.
Mr. Chair, I'd move that we approve the invoices and exit the Board of Ambulance.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next we have Commissioners' report, invoices, and I talked with Christie on a couple of deals. The Fair Board had a purchase of for sale signs, and so I'm curious what they're selling. So we'll find out on that. The others were I just marked on page 15 all the ARPA things that are going on there. Looks like we got the windows replaced
Sounds like it.
over the veterans.
Yep. Thank
So-
goodness.
And then the grandstands are going amazing, actually. Yes, sir.
I believe I might be in the wrong room.
You here for HR?
No, sir.
What are you here for?
I'm supposed to see my attorney in DA today. It's only 2:12.
No. Here, come out with the envelope.
I apologize.
Oh, no problem. We want to get you to the right place.
Thank you.
And then I think all of the invoices that we have are all ARPA funds also. So we did the doors over at elections.
About killed me the other day walking through there. They didn't open like I was used to and about walked into it. Felt like I was in the old Far Side cartoon, it was School for the Gifted. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the invoices as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next we have salary rate approval forms, and these are all event staff temps.
There should be some noxious mosquito tip stuff too. Look in there. No?
I have, they all say event staff at the top.
Oh, okay. I took some down yesterday. I thought it was event center too. Or I mean mosquito noxious.
Temporary portion. Yeah, right here on the very top, they all say event staff, so.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the salary rate approval forms as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll go ahead and move into our work session agenda, and it looks like, Cheney, are you up? Are you coming up too? Go ahead and introduce yourselves, please, and
Cheney
tell us
Coulter.
why you're here.
Cheney Coulter, event manager.
Annie Hughes, event coordinator.
Nikki Ennis, extension educator.
Curtis Austin, 4-H leader.
We have two reoccurring 4-H contracts. The first one is for practice in Arena 3 for the High Mountain Riders 4-H Club, and that would be Curtis, if you want to give a little.
Just like to ask to use the arena again. This will be our 8th or 9th year using the arena for 4-H practice for the kids. Got, I think 8 kids in my club this year. So
Okay.
With this one, we're asking for the fee waiver which is on the back page, I believe, for the 1575.
Questions, comments, commissioners?
This goes over 21 days, is that how long this whole thing
I
lasts?
believe that's how many days, yeah.
And Arena 3, I always forget, that's kind of the smaller one down.
Yeah,
at
the one
bottom,
we-
right?
Outside.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, I have no heartburn with that.
And then we've always had you help with cleanup and
Mhm.
support and help, whatever gets asked.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the High Mountain Riders 4-H Club as request as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 And the next one is for Bannock County 4-H, and they use the indoor arena for a showmanship clinic for sheep and beef, and this one is also a fee waiver for the 300.
Yeah, so we're working with Cal Ranch to set up a showmanship clinic, and so they're gonna bring in some people that really know showmanship, and so they're gonna help the kids out, and so we wanna put on this clinic for beef and sheep this year. Hopefully next year we'll do another clinic with them.
And there's no additional work that goes on with the arena
No.
stuff. Questions?
No, sounds good. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the 4-H request as presented.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
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 All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right, Shanda.
I feel like you deserve it.
Good morning, Commissioners. Shanda Crystal, Chief Procurement Officer. I have a procurement update for the board today. If you want to start with the top one for the detention center communication upgrade, we piggybacked the C-Pod upgrade off of a state of Utah contract. And that project is moving forward, but the remainder that we want to do for Central is just reviewing documents to make sure that everything is still in line. I was able to pull documents off the state of Utah yesterday. They have renewed that contract with Summit again, so the contracting is great. But now that we're using ARPA funds on it, we just want to triple check that it meets all the federal requirements. So I reviewed those with Nancy, and we're going to look at the original solicitation to make sure that it checks all the boxes before moving forward. But that's what we anticipate doing with that project. The next one for the commissioners.
On that one, is that the one that we had a lot of problems getting parts and pieces and stuff here a year ago?
Right, yes.
And all that's been cleared up?
Mm-hmm, yep. And there's still some, as far as when they mount them on the wall, things like that, right, there was still some making sure that it was correct before they switch over. So they're still working through CPOD before they make that switch, and then they're going to move forward with everything. I just want to make sure that procurement is done and out of the way by the time they want to move forward with that project. But yes, that's the same one. In regards to the commission project for the security cameras, we met with interested departments earlier this week and talked about their needs for that project, and those are due back to John and I by tomorrow to move forward with that project. In regards to facilities, the 2 boilers are kind of the first project that Booth Architecture feels will come out of architectural services, and so that's one I'm jumping back into to again make sure that all of my documentation is ready to go as soon as those drawings are ready. And so we're going to dust that back off, and I anticipate having that first draft back before Dan probably early next week. If we jump down to Road and Bridge road striping, that was published this week and it'll publish again next week. That does have the 3 different options, the one for just materials, the one for just labor, and the one if a company would like to do both materials and labor to give the Road and Bridge the best opportunity to look and see what's going to work for them this year. On the Event Center Concert Production Services, we did receive some questions yesterday. I'll get those out to Scott this afternoon, and our addendum will be issued on Friday. For emergency services, Lava Ranches, the first posting went out in ISJ this week. The next one won't be until May 15th, but that project is moving forward as well. For the Commissioner's 6th Avenue and entrance renovation, we issued an addendum earlier this week, and those bids are due on Monday. So we're excited for the interest we've received from contractors on that project. And the final one, I want to jump down to the bottom one on the detention center plumbing fixtures for the wet cells. So those, Levi had been reviewing diligently on what was going to work best in that facility. He received bids from Acorn, Metcraft, and Icon. And as he's reviewed those and talked with the plumber that's going to install them, they decided that the most economical solution for Bannock County is going to be the Metcraft. So they'll move forward with that one. They anticipate that project, once they're able to begin, about a 3-week project. So just as soon as they can get those materials coming, then they'll get that one scheduled to get going. And the final thing I wanted to discuss with the board in regards to that architectural contract that we entered into, part of that was to then bring a fixed fee back before the board for each project that we had. Booth Architecture has their first one through. That would be the annex remodel is the first one that they've got the fixed fee on. That came back at about 6% of the project as it was budgeted today. And so with your permission, we'll move forward with that project and get it bid out.
Not yet.
But we need to have further discussion on that.
Okay.
As I said in an ITD meeting this week, we have a lot of things changing and happening, and so I need to talk to the assessor and to Tony and see about maybe combining some offices,
Okay.
especially as we go into this next budget year.
Which would change the way we remodel that if.
Okay. So I will tell him to please hold that project and, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that, no problem. Okay, but if there was any other questions or,
Anything else?
okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christie.
Christy Carter, Comptroller. I have before the board a simple request of, we have $370.92 left in some grant funds with our burn grant, and I am requesting that we use some of the grant match funds that are budgeted in county operations. There's $250,000 budgeted. I'm requesting to use $3,480.47 so that we can buy another tough book. The other option is we return the $370 of grant monies, but they can definitely use the tough book. It'll help them get one more ahead on their cycle of purchasing those. So I just need permission to move forward with that or denial.
No, let's go ahead and spend the extra money. It's grant funds.
And it's budgeted as match money, okay.
Okay.
And I will give Andy the okay to purchase that, and then you'll get the invoice.
You want a motion or you wait for the invoice? What would you prefer?
Which would be better? Make a motion, proceed?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move that we proceed with moving the money around as discussed.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. You must be here for Dave?
Yeah, I was hoping he could get from this doctor's appointment, but he hasn't yet, so,
You want us to look at a couple of others first, or you want to come ahead?
I'm fine.
Probably need to go into executive session on this one for a
Yeah,
minute.
do you want me to say my name first, or you want me to do that?
There he is, right there.
Oh,
Save my bill.
saved by the
Knew we were talking about it.
I know. Willie?
Mr. Chair, I move that we enter into executive session under Idaho Code 74-2061 A and B to discuss personnel matters.
Commissioner Moser?
Yes.
Commissioner